class. I hope you people are doing good with biology as we are proceeding. So for today's lecture, so we have to be understanding the viruses. Whenever the word viruses is coming, you just have to keep two things in your mind that they are acellular. They are not living outside of the host cell. They are acellular mean that we would not see any of the organelles in them, like the nucleus or the mitochondria, or we would not see any of the ribosomes or the cell membrane or the cytoplasm in them. The only thing that happens to be lying within the viruses is that the components that would be making them. So there is gonna be their outer coat, and that outer coat is termed as or is made up of capsid. And this capsid is a protein, and there are some small repeating unit. And those small repeating unit they are termed as a capsomere. So these capsomere they join with one another, and they would be making the capsid of the viruses. The other thing that we have in the structure of the viruses would be the presence of the genetic material. Now, for the genetic material, you guys need to remember two words. One is the DNA and the RNA. So there are gonna be some viruses, and they would be containing the DNA at their center, and then there are gonna be some viruses that would have the RNA in them. But both the DNA or the RNA, they both would not have both of these at the same time. Like either the viruses would be DNA or the RNA. Now, if the situation comes in the exam and if it goes like this, where you people are shown the genetic material, like in this way, so this is DNA containing virus. On the other way around, if you were to have a virus being shown in your exam, and over there, if you see their genetic material that looks like a single stranded, so they would be RNA containing viruses. Now, the other thing is that is an exception, like this is not the feature of all the viruses, but of some of the viruses. And these viruses, they gonna be referred to as the enveloped viruses. What viruses we call them as enveloped viruses is like if I were to tell you that okay, fine, if they don't have such cellular structures in them, then how come they're gonna be increasing in their number? So here you see this is the host cell I have with me, and here is the virus. What the virus is gonna do? That it would inject its DNA into the host cell, and after this has injected its DNA into the host cell, so their viral DNA is gonna incorporate itself into the host DNA. And when that would be happening, so this is something same like as someone has hijacked the aeroplane. So by incorporating their DNA into the host DNA, they take over the function of the host ribosomes, and then they would be making the components of them. Now, the situation here is that, okay, fine, if the virus was able to make its coat made up of the capsid, and if it were able to be replicating their DNA by using the host cell machinery, and by some chance, if the virus is gonna escape the host cell and it wraps it up with the cell membrane of the host cell. So such viruses, they're gonna be referred to as the enveloped viruses. And those enveloped viruses mean that they have got on the outside of them the membrane which they're gonna take from the host cell who they have infested. So if I were to show you the diagram of this, so in the viruses you see that this is their outer protein coat, which is made up of the capsid. Like we have got these individual units here, and each of the individual unit that we have got over here, so this is capsomere, and when they would join together, they would make the capsid out of it. And at the center, we would have their genetic material. Either this is gonna be DNA or RNA, and in some of the viruses, there is gonna be an envelope outside of them, and that is gonna hide themselves from the attack of the immune system that we have got in the human body. So see you for the next class where we would be discussing about the specialized cells that we have got in the animals.